Hey, you. Welcome back to the channel. And I hope you all are having a fantastic weekend. Some very exciting news today. Bitcoin MYK is going to be making a move over to Steem Engine to be listed on their internal market that deals with smart contracts on the Steem blockchain and token creation. So, very excited about that. We will be making the necessary steps and arrangements to be able to allow trading of the Bitcoin MYK token there. So, first, before we get into that, let's get familiar with Steem Engine, what it's all about, and how it works. To kind of give a little bit of history on the Steem blockchain, there was always, for many years now, this push to create a situation where the Steem blockchain would be able to create tokens on it, right? It will be similar to what you get with Ethereum or the Waves platform, where you can create your own tokens to run on the Steem blockchain and be able to create these problems in development and trade these tokens against each other. And that's always been a great push for Steem with the creation of the smart media token. Now it's very important to understand that although this is not the smart media token, it is very much based on that concept and idea. And after reviewing the user interface and how it's set up and the how the tokens are going to be traded against one another, and the system is already available here. I liked it a great deal. It looked very easy to use, and I think it allows for a great integration of people who already have Steem accounts who would want to move their value and across these other projects that are Steem based and Steem related. So, what is the Steem engine? It's a smart contract sidechain platform for the Steem blockchain. This means that it can execute smart contracts based on data published to the Steem blockchain. This allows us to do things that are not currently supported by the Steem blockchain, such as creating custom tokens or literally anything else achievable with a smart contract. So, yes, again, this is their version of Ethereum, Tron token creation platform that they've launched, the Waves token creation platform, and many others, BitShares. And what they're using here is what they call the ENG token, which is the native token of the Steem engine platform. Just like how Ethereum is the native token of the Ethereum platform, ENG is currently required to create a new token on the Steem engine platform. And in the future, it will be required to publish and execute custom smart contracts. So this is huge for Steem. Um, Now, just a little bit confused about what happens when SMT comes out. Maybe it's just you can choose whichever one you prefer best, whichever works best. But one thing is it'll all be integrated using the Steem blockchain. It's going to be very easy for people who, or the millions of users already affiliated with Steem, to use it and to move this value throughout these platforms, something that we've been wanting to do for years now, and it's finally available to us. How do I create my own token? You can create your own token through this website by clicking the create button at the top of the tokens page. You'll then be prompted to fill in all the required information about your token and pay the specified fee in ENG. Please keep in mind that other than the token URL, none of the information can be changed once your token has been created. So please make sure you have thoroughly thought through everything before submitting, right? And right, this is the same and very similar as many other platforms. Once that token's created, it is immutable and it is there. And so you got to make sure you get it. But this is for anybody. Anybody can create this token. You can use it for fundraising. You can use it for your own personal projects. And again, this was the concept behind SMT. But because they already have this internal market, you're able to move and trade that value against their version of the Steem dollar, which is parallel to Steem. and moves in that way. And they're asking here or answering the question, why is there a free to create the token? The fee is primarily to prevent people from creating spam tokens that have no real planned use. If you would like to test create a token, you can do so for free on the testnet website here. The fee is meant to be large enough to prevent people from creating tokens they don't plan to actually use, but small enough to not be a barrier for any serious projects. If you have a gut project and you truly cannot afford the fee, please contact us and we may be able to cover the fee for you. So that's pretty amazing stuff there. And it makes a great deal of sense, right? Because what it's saying is that you won't have all this spam. And as much as I love Waves, and we continue to trade on Waves, I believe it's very user friendly, and that's a great community. And we want to give access to as many communities as possible. But they do have a very small fee in creating a token. And what the Steem engine is saying here is that the higher the fee, the more, but not too high, but just high enough so people aren't just going in creating these tokens, right? The higher the fee, you're not going to have all these tokens. You're going to now have pretty half decent tokens that have good projects, and that's a good way forward, right? And it just goes on to talk about the market, the Steem P token, and that's again, it's kind of, I guess you can say it's like their Tether, but let me read it so I'm not guessing here. Since the Steem engine platform is not part of the core Steem blockchain code, it cannot transact in Steem token directly. Instead, we have created a Steem engine token, which is pegged to the value of the Steem token called Steem P. This means that all trading on the Steem engine market will use the Steem P token, which can be exchanged for real Steem or vice versa at any time on a one-to-one basis. Steem P is pegged to the value of Steem because one Steem token will be held for every Steem P token in circulation, and users are able to exchange Steem for Steem P and vice versa on a one-to-one basis at any time. This is the same way that many other paired tokens work, such as Tether, where allegedly $1 is held for every US Tether token in circulation. Unlike with Tether, anyone can easily verify that the amount of Steem held in the Steem P account is enough to cover all the Steem P tokens in circulation at any time, thanks to the open and transparent nature of the Steem blockchain. Another example of creating a Steem paired token to allow Steem to be traded on another exchange is the Steem Anchor project, which allows Steem and SBD or Steem backed dollars to be traded on the Stellar decentralized exchange. Wow. And isn't that just so amazing? And it makes so much sense. So what they're saying here is Steem P is their version of Tether. But unlike Tether, the way that Steem accounts are structured, you can go in and you can see how much money is completely transparent. You can see how much money each account holds in Steem dollars, right? So if they have a Steem account blocking the amount of Steem P trading, right, that's available, you can just look at that account. So that means they have to have enough Steem to cover what's in circulation. And so isn't that amazing? So now you can easily transfer to Steem against the Steem P without them having to build directly into the Steem blockchain, which doesn't have the components yet for them to be able to do that. But I think this is just awesome. And I think it was very smart for them to get the ground, to go ahead, develop this, get going with this, because what they can potentially have here is a great user base of people using Steem engine. And as they're using Steem engine, what you would have is we're already people comfortable with using this, trading their tokens. The market, the internal market already working, because when the SMT token comes out, I'm not even sure if they're going to have an internal market. I think it'll probably just be token creation. Somebody will probably have to create a way for you to exchange them and what have you. But that's already going here. You don't have to wait. It's already available. Let's just check and see if there are any trading fees and what are they. There are no fees for using the Steem engine market. However, please note that as with anything on the Steem blockchain, you would need to have enough resource credits available in your account to publish the required transaction. Also, as mentioned above, there's a 1% fee for any deposit of withdrawals of Steem. So you do have to have a Steem account with Steem in it to be able to publish the transaction, much like when you post on Steem it, right? So you need these credits, these resource credits that Steem users are quite familiar with. Why aren't some tokens listed on the market? While the market is fully decentralized and anyone can trade any token on the Steem Engine platform against Steem at any time, the Steem Engine website itself is still owned and operated by a centralized entity and must abide by local laws and regulations in the jurisdiction where it is based. As a result, certain tokens may not be listed on the market page of the Steem Engine website, though they may still be able to be traded on other Steem Engine-based front ends. Additionally, token creators may request that their token not be listed on the Steem Engine website market page, and we plan to honor those requests. So that's very interesting, and that makes a lot of sense. That they're non-exchange, in which they would have to comply, with regulations and laws based on that. So the operation of it is it won't be listed on these exchanges, on these large exchanges, but what they will have is this internal market. You can trade that value back and forth over the Steem ecosystem, and because it's all the Steem ecosystem, it makes a lot of sense that they're going to keep it internal, and I think that's going to be very interesting for the millions of Steem users. So I'm not going to get into the smart contract portions of this. We'll leave a link in the description. You can go into full detail about this very, very interesting project that we will be moving our value over this month into. So now we got the great things going on with Steem Engine, what's happening with that and how it works exactly. Now we're going to talk about Bitcoin MYK, what it means for our token holders, what it means for us that initially, to be clear, Bitcoin MYK was meant to be an SMT token. That was going to be our first move. If this is your first time learning about Bitcoin MYK, let me explain real quick about what Bitcoin MYK is all about. Bitcoin MYK is the relationship between it being a type of fork and an airdrop. It's kind of a hybrid of all these things. And basically what it means is if you hold Bitcoin, you're awarded the same value of Bitcoin you hold in our Bitcoin MYK tokens. Okay. So comparably, in an ideal and in concept, even though it doesn't work like Bitcoin Lightning, the mechanics of it doesn't, the concept of it is very akin to it. So how it works is the Bitcoin holdings you have, you automatically are going to have them in our token on these blockchains, okay? And so you're going to be getting that same amount of tokens. The unclaimed tokens, for using our network and for us moving the tokens and processing them through the website to move this value, is free. It's much like how Steem works. It doesn't cost you anything, but there are penalties to not claiming our tokens in time, and we don't really call them penalties. We just more so say that the transaction fees that you don't have to pay are now going to be related to that. It's primarily over at the Waves platform where there are actual fees that have to be paid. Over on Steem, it's not upfront fees, but there are resource credit fees. So we pay all of those, at least on a Wave system, and you don't have to pay them. And so when those tokens get claimed backed by Bitcoin MYK, they go into our universal basic income program, and they go into programs where people can earn for doing fun things like watching videos or playing games over on our website. Those unclaimed Bitcoin holder tokens go into that. Now, what this allows us to do is kind of act as a representative value of Bitcoin across these networks, whereas Bitcoin holders can now send out this representative value of their Bitcoin across these networks. Now, it's not Bitcoin, but you have to consider that the Lightning Network is not Bitcoin either, right? Because Lightning can be used on Bitcoin, it can be used on Ethereum, it can be used on Litecoin, right? So it's not, the system is not built into Bitcoin. And the same thing with us. We are not built into Bitcoin. We are not built into any of these systems. But what we are doing is moving this representative value against our token across these blockchains. And that's kind of interesting. Reason we're doing it this way to help you understand why Bitcoin, why being related to Bitcoin. Well, as to date, Bitcoin is the biggest network in cryptocurrency with over 50 million wallets. A lot easier for onboarding of Bitcoin users by this method. In addition to that, universal basic income, one of the hottest topics on the planet right now. 80% of the globe in need of universal basic income. We give those unclaimed tokens back to those people. You have two great situations in cryptocurrency to experience mass adoption, that coupled with our own social network. That's what our token is all about. Now, the reason we want to go over and be part of Steem blockchain as well, because not only number one is that we plan to start, we've always felt that the greatest way to spread the cryptocurrency market to achieve mass adoption would be through an integration of social media with cryptocurrency, which is why you have something like what could happen with the potential Facebook coin that could start off with like 2 billion users, kind of achieving this automatic mass adoption. Although we don't want anything to do with Facebook, as many people in the cryptocurrency, we feel that we can create our own option through a type of social media. And so that's the basis behind Bitcoin NYK. Now, let's talk about the move this month, what it means for Bitcoin NYK token holders, and how we will implement this, and why this is going to be great for you guys. So the first part is the tokens are already over on the Bitcoin Wave network. They're already available on our website. They're transferred to the Bitcoin Wave network. The Bitcoin Wave network will maintain all of their tokens just like normal. Again, this will be no different than if you have the idea of something like the Lightning Network, and you take the Lightning Network, now it's for use on Bitcoin, now it's for use on Litecoin. Same thing with Bitcoin NYK. Now you have Bitcoin NYK on use on Waves, now on use on Steem blockchain. But to stop all the confusion, to have people who hold Waves over here and do they hold tokens over there, the simple solution for us is to create the same exact amount of tokens that we have over on Waves, and everybody who holds tokens on the Bitcoin Wave network will now hold tokens on the Bitcoin Steem network, right? So for every token you have over there, you will get them over there. And so you always have the same amount of tokens on each side. And these communities will be able to trade within their communities on their own token, how they see fit. And that would be all very interesting. Now, at this point, we don't necessarily plan to expand any more than that. I think Steem does a great job of covering social media, and I think the Waves network does a great job of providing a very user-friendly interface to handling mobile transactions with their mobile wallet and built-in exchange as well on the go. So that's going to be all very interesting going forward here, and very excited about this, guys. It's going to also open up the Steem community for getting value of our token and being able to move it over the Waves, or being able to move it back and forth, and having all that value over there and over here as well. And it's going to be a chance for these communities to interact, to grow together through the value of our token, Bitcoin NYK. So just very excited about that, guys. This is big news for me. I didn't know this project was going on. Apparently, it's been going on I believe over a month now, maybe longer than that. Maybe they've been working on that much longer than that, and I just was out of the loop. So much going on with Steem, the Steem blockchain. A lot of they seen a downward fall in the price, and I think a lot of people were a bit still upset from Hard Fork 20, but Steem is on the move now. The value of the coin is going up now. And a quick little spoiler here, if it does come as a surprise, they will be featured in our In Search Of series, where we seek out tokens that we believe are going to be tokens that actually need to be used in our real world settings now, and tokens that are unique and have certain value that will be of a good use to us, besides just being payment tokens and payment coins and a variety of things like that. So guys, very excited about that. If you're interested in this Bitcoin MYK project, feel free to ask us questions, comment on it, get over to our site and register. It's going to be a lot of value in this token going forward. We got a lot of big moves to make with this token. The community is starting to grow every day. And we think that it's going to be quite significant what we're able to do with this token. But guys, that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, take care.